Hello everyone, welcome to online tutorial of Tosca automated software testing. In today's session, we'll see how to create a functional acceptance testing. So before going to that, functional acceptance testing is a type of software testing conducted to ensure that functionalities of an application meet the specific requirement. For example, if I take any web application, so where we have the login page. So if I want to, as a software engineer, if I want to test the login page, whether login page is working properly or not. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to enter username and password, which is already registered username and password. Then it should take us to the home page, right? If it is a shopping site, if I enter proper username and password, which is registered username and password, then it should take us to the home page of the shopping page, shopping website. So that is what the functionality of that page, that login page. So in today's session, we'll see how to create the test cases. So this is second experiment, functional acceptance testing. Tosca to perform functional acceptance tests for web application. Hint, web application of your choice. We can take any web application and we need to check the functionality of any simple case, right? So we'll start the Tosca commander. In the last session, we have seen how to install this Tosca software. And we also created the project, that is project demo. We'll use the same project demo workspace, or you can create a new project workspace based on the requirement. So this is the Tosca dashboard. So now, we need to test a login page. So for that, I'm going to consider a website that is developed by Swag Labs. So we'll give credits to Swag Labs who designed this web application. This application is designed, which is helpful for testers to test and run the different cases. Right. In this case, we have username and password. This is the login page. So we need to enter username and password and click on login. That should take us to the home page of this shopping cart, right? So here you can see username and password is already given here, since it is a demo website, which is designed for testers so that they can test different scenarios. Only for training purpose, this website will be useful. This is not the actual application. So here you can use username. Manually I'm doing here username and password. Manually I'm testing. If I use username and password, it is already registered, whether it is going to take us to the home page. If I click on login, it is taken to the home page, that is product page, so that I can add the products to my cart, right? So now I need to automate and check whether if I enter the registered username and password, whether it is going to log in. So automatically I need to do using the Tosca software. So for that, so this is the dashboard. This is the browser I need to check. This is the web application I need to test. So here under modules, create new module by right clicking, right click, and you can see the icon here, create a folder. So you can see here folder, orange color, right click and choose create folder. So you can give demo, login, demo. You can give any name for your reference, login, demo, right? So once you created login demo, so now you right click on that folder, then navigate to scan. So under scan, choose application. See here, right click on the folder, go to scan, then click on application. So now we start recording the required page which need to test, right? So here, this is the page. So many applications are running here. So we need to test this application, choose that and click on scan. You can see us click on scan. So once you click on scan, so that will take you to XScan window. This is XScan window. You can expand this and see. So this is the XScan dashboard. Click on controls in your application to add them. So you can see here, if I click on any of the objects, you can see here, it is showing the label names. You can see here the tags which is used, image, this is div, this is username, this is password, login, right? So in this case, I need to check the login, whether if I give the proper username and password, whether it is going to login. So for that, I want to enter username, right? You click on username. Once I click on username, you can see here, the username object is added to the XScan dashboard, right? Similarly, go to password. One click on password, we added the second object, password. So I need to enter username, I need to enter password, then I need to click on login, right? So click on login. So these are the three objects recorded, right? Which is required to test. So we are recording the objects which has to be tested, right? That is what we are doing here. So once it is added to the XScan dashboard, so you can click on advanced here, advanced option, so that you can see the object properties here. Identified by properties. Identify the objects by properties. That is the default way. Default way of identifying the object is through properties, right? There are different ways to identify the object. This is the default way. In the third experiment, we'll see the different cases, how we can add the identify the objects using different ways. We'll see that in the next experiment. So by default, we identified the properties here, right? Username, password, and login. So these are the representations and values of the objects. So you can go back to basic, click on basic, right? Then you can save this, save, click on save. The top left corner, you can click save. Once it is saved, finish screen. Click on finish screen. Finish screen. Now we can close this XScan, right? So we recorded username, password, and login object, right? See, from here we started, right? We created login demo folder. From this, we right clicks, go to scan application, then we added the objects. Now you can see inside this login demo, the Swag Labs. Swag Labs, that is the title page of that website. A image of that website, small image you can see here. Then username, password, login. These are the objects we added, right? Using XScan. So now module is created, that is login module, login demo. So in that login demo, three objects are added: username, password, and login, right? So once we added the modules, once we created the modules, then we start writing the test case. So you click on test cases. So in test case, once again, right click, then create a folder. So create folder, can give once again any folder name for your reference, login, demo. So now in this folder, we need to add the test cases. In order to add the test cases, so we created a module here. It is that this Swag Lab homepage module is created. So you drag and drop this Swag Labs module to test cases. Test cases, that is login demo. You can drag and drop here, right? This way can do. Right, I'll show once again. Delete this. Go to module. Select Swag Labs module. That's what we created. Drag and drop to test cases. Then drop on login demo folder. So this created a new test case, right? New test case, that is login, for login test case, right? So login test case. You can click on this right arrow. You can see here Swag Labs under the username, password, and login. So we need to add the test cases here. So what is the test cases? This is the module we created, objects. For these objects, we need to add the values here. So username, what is the username? What is the value we need to add? You can choose any of the user name here, listed here. That is the registered username. I'll choose standard user. So and copy paste that value here. Right. Similarly, password. So select password, then paste. Right. So once username and password is added, right, it will automatically add the username. Whatever I put the value here, it will automatically add. The password is going to add automatically. Then you need to click on login. For that, click on login. Here we have a drop down menu. Choose that, choose click, and click outside. So this will create a click value, right? So once we're done, so this is the test cases created for login page. So what login demo folder contains, it will open the Swag Labs. That is Swag Lab is the page, right? So in that it will choose username object, this username object, then it will add the value standard underscore user, then it will add the password to the password object, then it will click the login. So now what I'll do, right click on this login demo folder, right click, then choose run in a scratchbook. Select run in a scratchbook. You choose this run in a scratchbook and don't operate anything, and you can watch the Tosca software automatically choose the Swag Lab page, and it will add username automatically, it will add password automatically, and it will log in. Once I click on this run in a scratchbook, then don't touch any keys. So I'll click now. No need to operate anything, just I will click on run scratchbook. You can see now, you can see the time is running. That means testing is started. So now see, it is automatically, I'm not operating anything. It is automatically logged in to the products page, right? This is how you can see. This is the test case after executing. You can see here all test cases are passed here. Green tick mark, username, password, and login. So it is successfully executed, right? This is how the functionality acceptance testing can be done using Tosca software, right? This is the experiment to functional acceptance testing. So functional acceptance testing, as per the user requirement, client requirement, the software has been developed where login page will be there. In login page, username and password, registered username and password, once we enter, we click on the login page, that should take us to product page. That is what the client requirement. Based on that, the application is developed. So now before releasing that application, we are testing that, right? So instead of manually testing each time, every time username, password, and register, we can automate this. We can automate this and test any number of time for any case, different cases, different users, different passwords. We can generate the test cases and we can run in a scratch book, and it will automate and keep on testing that software. In this way, you can execute test cases. This is the simple functionality test we have done. Similarly, we can create for, see here, once we logged in, we can create for, after logged in. So I need to choose the backpack and t-shirt. Let us assume backpack and t-shirt I need to add. So for that, what I'm doing, once login is done, so now I need to create one more module. That is that module. I can create one more folder here. Let's create module. So it is that module, add product, right? Add product. So now start scanning. So for that, 1 second, I need to create a folder. Create a folder here, this orange color. Add product. Once you create the folder, right click on that, click on scan, choose application. That will take to the tabs which are already open. So this is the page, scan. So what I need to add here, I need to add this backpack, right? Click on this. So then click on the t-shirt object. So you can see here, so yeah, highlighted color, orange color for these two, because the both objects are add to cart. So our software agent couldn't able to distinguish these two objects because both are having same name. Whether it should click on backpack or it should click on shoe or it should click on t-shirt, because see here add cart, everywhere it is add cart, right? So we can't identify the object. So we can't automate this because it is not uniquely identified. The selected object is not uniquely identified. So in this case, so we need to use the different identification methods. By default, we can use by properties. By properties, we can identify. When we can use by property, when we have two different object names, right? Object names, object labels. If we have different object properties, then we can easily identify that what we done in the functional acceptance testing, right? We choose username, it is recorded. We choose password, it is recorded. We choose login, it is recorded. Because all these three are uniquely identified. But in this case, so here if I want to click on add card, there are so many add cards. So our software agent will confused, right? Whether it should click on backpack or it should click on bike light or it should click on t-shirt like. So overcome this situation, in order to overcome this situation, we use scanning and creating a module by identifying various properties. That is, hello everyone, welcome to my online session, Tosca automated software testing. So in last session, we discussed about functional acceptance testing. So we created test cases for login page. In continuation with the second experiment, that is functional acceptance testing, today we'll see how we can create test cases for registration page. So we consider another website. This is demowebshop.triscientist.com. So this is the demo website developed by Triscientist in order to generate test cases and check for various scenarios. So here you can see the registration link. So if I click on this registration link, so this is also a shopping website. So before login, we need to register. See, this is the registration page. So here we need to fill some personal details, that is gender, first name, last name, email ID. Then we need to create a password and we need to confirm password. Then if I click on register, so it is going to create an account for me so that we can log in. So today we'll try to automate this registration page and check the functionality of this page. So the functionality of this page is, once I fill all the personal details and create the password, it should register, right? So for that, we start with our Tosca commander. So we need to create a module. So before creating a module, create a folder here, new folder, that is registration demo. Right. You can give any name, registration demo. So now we created a folder registration demo. So now we start scanning the objects, right? So right click on this folder, go to scan, then choose application. So now agent starts searching for an application. So here you can choose the application which you want to scan, that is registration page. Choose that, then click scan. So now XScan dashboard is visible here. So we keep on recording the objects, required objects. So in this case, so I need to choose a gender objects, that is male and female. Then first name. So I need to fill the first name. Then last name. Then email object. Then password. then confirm password, then click on register. So all the objects are recorded here. So once it is recorded, then make sure all the required objects are added before clicking on finish screen. So you can confirm once again. So objects male, female, first name, last name, email, password, confirm password, and click on register. Right. So all the objects, required objects are recorded. Then click on save, then click on finish screen. Now you can close this XScan dashboard. So now go to Tosca Commander. Here you can see under registration demo folder, so objects are created. Once all the objects are created, so then we need to write the test cases. So go to test cases tab, click on test cases. You can create one more folder here. That is registration demo. So under registration demo, I need to create a test case. For that, right click, then choose this here. You can see create test case button is there. You choose this create test case. So that we create a test case, new test case. You can rename this fill form lab. So we are going to generate the test case to fill the form. So I'm giving fill form. Right. Once the test case is generated, go to modules. We already created the module here, recorded all the objects, required objects. So just drag and drop. So you can see here, and drag and drop this module. Click, drag it, go to test cases, place it over fill form. Now you can see under fill form, all the recorded objects are placed. Once the recorded objects are placed, we start adding the value. So whatever the values I want to add, I want to fill in this web page. So that we are going to add here. So here you can see the radio buttons. So mail. So I want to choose mail. So under drop down, you choose click. So now the value mail is going to select by the agent. Right? Next, first name, you can give the required name here. I'm giving my name here, Arjun. Last name, we see, can give the email ID, any email ID, RIT Hassan at gmail.com. You can give your mail ID. Then password. Six characters. Then agent need to click on register button. So in order to click on this register button, you can choose the click. Right. So now our test case is ready. So the web page is ready here. So I need to automate this registration page and check the functionality, whether this registration page is working correctly. So now right click on registration demo folder, then select run in Scratchbook. So as soon as I click on the run in Scratchbook, so now you can see, so I'm not going to control anything here. I'm not going to enter anything. Automatically, all the data are filled and registration completed successfully. The data are filled. Whatever the data values we given in the test cases, that has been filled and registration is completed. Means that registration page is working fine. The functionality of the registration page is successful. So you can see here in the scratch book. So all the test cases are passed. You can see the tick mark here, green color. So all test cases are passed. So in this way, so you can automate the functional acceptance testing using Tosca. So this completes the functional acceptance testing experiment 2. So in next session, we'll see how to scan and create a module using various identification methods, that is by properties, by anchor, by image, and by index. Thank you for watching.